Domestic violence with a charge of 498A, 406, 377 and 307 are serious and terrible crimes, and it will be equally terrible to accuse someone of these crimes. Because it not only destroys the life of a person who is falsely accused, but it would make the society and people less likely to believe the claims of women who actually face these type of crimes. The only testimony came from the complainant was full of improvements and contradictions at every stage. Your Honor, a man and a respected family was charged with serious offences, and the truth is that the Indian judicial system is their last hope for justice. There was nothing on record to condemn them. Law believes we need evidence. No court shall automatically conclude that whatever the complainant is deposing may be true. It should be proved beyond any reasonable doubt. For this, you go back to the prosecution and ask, prove it. As the defendants, we had to do whatever we could to undermine the credibility of our accuser. We hired senior advocates as we ran from pillar to post, but in this case, Your Honor, we had a complainant who never wanted to compromise. Many mediations failed as her demands were too high. Nothing in the statute of our Constitution says that whatever a wife or a woman says is the gospel truth. Marriage has always been an involving concept, and 90 days of matrimony is too short a period for even understanding each other properly. The fundamentals of marriage is procreation. We are talking about sanctity of marriage. A married woman suddenly out of anger gives a complaint to the police commissioner on 7/10/2014 and comes back quietly on 10/10/2014 and left the matrimonial home peacefully without her intent known to us on 28/10/2014, and our ordeal started. It would be nice, Your Honor, if we could mainstream all the marriages as an ideal ones. And it would be great if we could eradicate ignorance and intolerance with a wave of a hand. One wave and everything is normal. But today, we are stuck with reality. And the reality is ugly. At some point, Your Honor, practicality began to overshadow principles in our society. We celebrate those who justify their actions with cunning, real-world wisdom. And this case is yet another illustration of that troubling trend. It's great to be tolerant, but we have a life to lead. Sounds so logical, only problem is pragmatism. Where we used to settle for it, where idealism couldn't be achieved, is now the target goal of the complainant. Plea for justice, entreaty for reforming misuse of matrimonial laws. After 12 years of remorseless litigation, there is still acute emotional and financial trauma being faced by the New Delhi-based Narang family because of a matrimonial dispute that lasted only 90 days. The long litigation has taken its toll on the livelihood, health and dignity of the appellants despite full cooperation extended to the judicial process. Mr. Anil Narang, father of the harassed husband, informs that his son, a salaried employee at Mumbai earning Rs 2 lakhs per month, has been saddled with a monthly maintenance amount of rupees 1 lakh per month, which itself is beyond the subscribing capacity of his son and also unsustainable by any middle-class employee. These years have been a struggle as far as trying to meet the litigation costs in multiple cases, having sold their properties, and the father of the accused is under psychiatric treatment. The marriage, which was solemnized in July 2014, survived for a mere 3 months when the spouse voluntarily abandoned the matrimonial home. A multitude of false and repetitive complaints were, however, filed thereafter in various courts and police stations. Notwithstanding the fact that the trial court itself recorded that the complainant left of her own accord and had already received lakhs till now, fresh petitions continue to be filed with the clear intent of harassment. After complaining against 9 police officers and 3 judges, and due to Honourable Supreme Court's intervention and transferring the case from Rohini Court to Patiala House Court, the trial court could give the final judgment, acquitting the family from all grave charges. Divorce was granted by the learned judge against whom twice the complainant made grave complaints, and the same judge fixed the maintenance at 1,000 per month, ignoring all the submissions made before the court by the boy. He remarried according to the law, but still we are haunted by continued litigation. Mr. Narang said his family continued to respect the judiciary and the law of the land, even as their ordeal continued. But critically, the scales need balance today, so that laws enacted to protect will not be converted into instruments of persecution. He said, as the legal provisions stand today, a single unverified complaint can bring about an enormous loss of reputation and livelihood, while the process itself has become the punishment. The Narang family cries out to the Honorable Chief Justice of India and the Honorable Prime Minister of India, entreating them to take cognizance of this growing menace, wherein the misuse of matrimonial laws has brought about the destruction of countless innocent families. They pray for systemic reform so that genuine cases are protected and that false and malicious ones are dealt with in a convincing and swift manner. Now, after a decade and more of litigation and suffering, the family hopes that justice, compassion, and fairness get the due regard. They call upon the government and judiciary again for accountability, time-bound trials, and a mechanism to curb deliberate misuse of protective laws.